Guys, welcome to part 2 of my first trilogy of the Pirates of the Caribbean. This time we're going for Dead Man's Chest, if I say that correctly. And earlier on you can find the Strangest Tide vid that I've actually got on my channel already. Now, this is the second part. This is, in my opinion, the weakest one out of the 4 Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Some people think it's World's End. Personal preference, really. For me, it's this one. So just a little bit too long and drawn out with unnecessary plot in it. Basically, the bit I'm talking about is I didn't see any need for the island where Jack Sparrow actually is with all the natives. I couldn't see any point in having that part of the movie in it. It didn't really give you anything to actually express the movie and make it any better or move on. It was just a waste of time and it lacked pace as well. So anyway, this is very much in the same sort of taste as the first one that I've done, the Black Pearl, and World's End will be the same because they were all released by Future Shop at the same time. So we're left with the glossy effect. It's a clean image again, and at the top it has 3 stars this time. Last time, the Black Pearl, it had Geoffrey Rush. Obviously Geoffrey Rush has only got his cameo right at the end in this one, so 1 person short. As for the Steelbook itself, it's really nice. Yes, it is the skull again. This time it's got 2 torches behind it, but the flames on the 2 torches look really nice, don't they? You see them and then you see all the splintering off of the torch falling behind it as well. Obviously the skull speaks for itself. It's pretty cool. It's got a few teeth missing. It's got the bandana with the I don't know what to call them, the feathers and the trinkets sort of falling down the side of the head, which looks really good. Again, you've got the Pirates of the Caribbean. This time it hasn't got the pirate skull in the middle like the Black Pearl did, and on Stranger Tides, and I say for that matter, World's End either. So that's a bit odd. You think you'll keep it in vain. Sorry, I'm jiggling this around trying to set the menu up for you so that's ready when you have a look in a minute. But overall, that's a really nice Steelbook again. It has a tinge of green behind it, so sort of a cave looking feel about it, and the torches that are on the top also light up the skull on one side, so it looks quite nice as well. So I like that. It's pretty cool, really. And you look from the side again, you get the idea of the glossy sort of look to it as well, which to me just makes a Steelbook look so much posher than a matte finish one. There's a few times a matte finish one actually looks better, but to me, I'm always the glossy fan. And you'll know that from other videos too. Right, on the back we've got the huge squid thing. I've forgotten the name of it now, such is the time since the last time I watched this. It did have a name, I'm not sure. I don't think it's Kraken or anything like that. But not to worry, and it's engulfing the Black Pearl at the time. This is near the end of the film. Now again, it's in a lower image because it's more like them old sort of fish painting style, a bit like the skull in the Black Pearl one as well, and then you've got all the features. Now, as I mentioned with the Curse of the Black Pearl, this is region A only, so if you're in the UK or Europe, you're going to have to buy another disc and then swap it over. So what you're really doing, you're just buying the movie for the Steelbook itself, and it is the same price as the first one. It's about £50 on its own. It's over $100 in American money. But they do deals, I've noticed, where for £125 you can actually buy the original first 3 all on their own, and for that you'll save about 25 quid from it as well. So it's better than nothing. I know it's not cheap. This has been out a while. It's a Walt Disney and it's very sought after Steelbooks as well. So you sort of, like with all Steelbooks, you got to kind of grab them when they come out, because that's when they're at their cheapest and the easiest to get hold of. Because then 3-4 months down the line, if they're popular, especially if they're Disney, they go for an absolute fortune. It's whether or not you really want to spend that type of money on a Steelbook or not. And maybe you want to put it towards a TV or a car, but would you want to spend it on a Steelbook? That's the key question. Or how much money you've got, I suppose. Right, if we turn it to the side, we've got a lovely binder again, like the original one. Again, it keeps with the key tone of the first one, so it's got that cavey looking feel of greeny tinge and orange to the side, with the titles exactly in the same order. Nothing's changed. There's Brockheimer still on the side, Disney still on the side, Dead Man's Chest in a smaller font just below the Pirates of the Caribbean. So brilliant, absolutely matches in tone with the Black Pearl and Dead Man's Chest. Doesn't with Stranger Tides, the UK version. The Pirates of the Caribbean was a much smaller in the middle, unfortunately. So I've opened this one up. Again, you haven't got the other flipper where you can put the disc, so they're giving you a CD-ROM sort of cheap paper cover for it, for all the extras, which is a shame. And you get another game with it, so there's another little leaflet inside. But below all of that, we have artwork. Now, it's not really my ideal choice of artwork. Of the film and the scenery, I wouldn't really have chosen this one. In fact, I'm not very keen on it at all. It's more comical. You can see Jack Sparrow, and he's being chased by the tribes. Why choose this picture, I have to say? There's so many others in this film that you could have used. You can even use the Flying Dutchman boat scene. There's another boat in the movie that's really fantastic, but they chose to use this one, so I'm not that impressed. I'm not really going to talk about this picture much because it doesn't really get me going. It's not my type of interest. So that's enough of that. That's enough of me going on. What I'm going to do, when I put all these back, is I'm going to put on the menu bar for you, so you can have a look at the menu. It's as awesome as the Black Pearl itself, so in for a treat there. So that is the front cover of Dead Man's Chest. Let's switch around. And again, we've got our buddy, the skeleton, back. This time, the only difference is he's now got two flaming torches behind him. He's still animated. He says his words now and again, and he's on another different type of wood. It is in the cave again, so every so often that boat or the Black Pearl will appear. But let's go to the menu, and I'll let you have a look at that. I do like these menus. It's a shame that not all movies have something sort of like this in this sort of vein, because it's really good. It's really well done. The movement on the skull is really good. Okay, there we go. Back in the cave again. This time, obviously, for Dead Man's Chest instead. And what we're going to do, we're going to pick up a scene selection point for you to have a look at. So we can let's find a nice colourful one again, like we did with the first one. So you can't go wrong. The colours are so strong, the transfer rate is the same as the others, which is extremely high and really nice quality. So if we click on it now like so, we should have a nice tasteful transfer, 10 out of 10, as we do. And there we go. This is the Dutchman sort of scene that I've gone on. There we are. Excellent quality, great colours again. For not as enjoyable as the others. Not a bad film by any means. You can certainly sit down and watch it. Just not as good as a comparator to all the other movies. But hey, how about give me a list? If you've seen all four, and most of you, I'm sure, if you've seen one of them, will have seen all the rest. Give me an order of what ones you prefer. In what order? What is your favourite? I'm pretty much sure everyone will pick Black Pearl. I'll be surprised if you don't. But in what order do you prefer the other three? That's the question. They're all very different sort of mixed reviews by the critics. So I have my own opinion on how I prefer them. I'd go for Black Pearl, then I'd go for Stranger Tides, World's End, and then Dead Man's Chest in that order. But I'd like to know what your thoughts are, your reasons why. The fourth one is the worst one out of the four for you, and why your favourite one is the best one. But there we go. So that's giving you a good rundown. Look at the quality in the costumes, and you see his hair. That's what I love about Blu-ray. The quality is so much there. It's like, how did we actually live with VHS tapes when everything was complete blur with no features, and we spend just as much money on one as we did a normal Blu-ray nowadays? Our technology's improved for us. It's really helped us out. Especially if you enjoy movies like me, like you, it is really great. Anyway, that's enough of Dead Man's Chest and the waffling on again and going astray of actually the Steelbook review itself. At some point I will try and stop doing Steelbooks and maybe try and do some more varied videos instead as well. So there we go. I'll put this one to a bed. That is Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Grab it on eBay, as I mentioned. It's about £50. Buy all three in one go for about £125. That's the last time I checked on eBay yesterday. That's sort of the price they're going for. But if you are in Europe, and obviously you're going to have to get it from Canada, I haven't seen any UK based sellers are actually selling this one. But there you go, that's giving you a good rundown on Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest. Hope you enjoyed that review. And get ready, I'll do the World's End one next. Alright guys, cheers.